Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we are exploring the Google Slides, the ultimate tool for creating stunning presentations, collaborating in real time and sharing your ideas with the world. Whether you are preparing for a meeting, a class, or just want to impress your audience, Google Slides has you covered. So without taking much of our time, let's get started. To start with, I'll show you three methods to access Google Slides. The first is you can go to your browser and just type in slides.google.com and you will be welcome to this very platform. This is the first method where you have the different kind of slides templates. You can start from templates and you can have the previous slides that you've worked on. You'll be able to see them over here. And then you can have the option to start from scratch or to start from blank sheet. And this is the first method. The second method is you can access it from your Google Drive. So once you are on your Drive, you can come to New and you can come down here and you can see Google Docs, Sheets and Slides. You can equally access the Google Slides from this point. So once you click on this, you will be welcome to a very fresh blank Google Slides page, just like this. For the third method is you can just go anywhere on your browser. You can just type slides.new and you will be welcome to a brand new Google Slides page, just like so also. So you'll be brought in here as well. But for today, we will start from the very scratch. So assuming we are starting with this, like I said, you can start from templates or from a blank sheet. To see more templates like this, you can just click here and you'll be able to see they've been classified as personal, educational, work related, and project management related. So all you need is just to select anyone that you feel like it connects with the message you're trying to create. You can just click on it and then see how you can customize and edit it to suit your content. So you will have a very fantastic presentation. So just like this one, you can see we've just selected this. So you're free to go ahead and customize it accordingly. You can see the text in here are editable. All you need is just to edit and then start typing. And you can just bring in any kind of media and attach here. Okay, so you can see them. So they are customizable depending on the message you are trying to create. You can replace any of the image by just selecting. You can right click and say replace an image. And then you can replace from all of these places. You can replace from your computer or from the search web. For example, you could just go ahead and search for a fruit, something like a grape, for example, that can depict this. So let's say replace this and we can search the web. And we can go ahead and search for, let's say grape. And we can just select and just replace it with it. So we'll just select it and come down here and say replace. And within seconds, you will see it's going to replace our image. So you can see it has just replaced. So that is the power of templates. It's very much editable. You can go ahead and edit the text, the media, and you can add and remove anything just to make sure that you got it in conformity with the message you're trying to create. So let's go back because I want us to start the presentation from scratch so that we can create a simple presentation for us to see the process and how it is being done. So we can start from blank sheet over here. So you'll be brought into a fresh blank page. So the first thing you need to do is to create a folder. So you just create a project name. So let's say Google Workstation. For example, if we're going to create something like the presentation that we've just did at the beginning of this course. So we can say Google Workstation. You can see automatically it is being saved on the cloud, like I said. So you can select a folder. If you want it to save, this is going to your drive. If you don't want it to go to the drive directly, you want it to go to a particular folder, you can select the folder or you can add a new folder to say Google Workspace. And it's going to create this folder and then move this particular slide that you're trying to create into that folder. Yes, move it. So it's going to move it to that folder. So folder management is very, very important. So you'll be brought into this very fresh blank slide. Now, you can see that from the right, we have the themes. Themes are there to make your work very, very easy and nice. So no matter how many slides with themes, it's going to kind of define the way your slides are going to look like. So you can see we have a number of them by the side. When you look, you can see them. can see different ones depending on the message or on your brand. You can recolor them and so on. I usually go with simple theme like this one. I kind of like it. So you can put in this one as your theme, and then you can go ahead and put in the different components. So depending on the message you are trying to create, assuming I want to make this a title page, so I can just go ahead with just click and just start typing Google Workspace. For example, free training. So you can say Google Workspace free training. For example, this can be your header. And you're free to select and move the text accordingly to anywhere of your choice. You can select and move it to any place. And then you can import media. You can manage the text with this much of the text editing features. You can select and you can play around with all of these text editing features. Like you can change the font styles. Okay, you can change the font style. You can increase the sizing or decrease, and then you can bold, you can italize or underline and change the coloration accordingly. Even change the highlighting effect or the background coloration, and you can add links and do all sort of alignments and dealing with bullet if you have bulleted points. So these are very basic, and then you can bring in media, like you can bring in text, or you can bring in image or a video. So let's say for this case, we were trying to bring in an image that is going to depict Google Workspace. So we can bring in the image from the different platforms over here, from Drive, from Photos, from URL, from Camera, or from our computer, or so we can search the web. So let's say we're going to bring it from our computer at this moment. So let's say I'm going to take in this one. So let's say I want to go with this. It's kind of simple, but it depicts the entire message that we're trying to create. So this is Google Workspace, and then this is a free training. If you like, you can add your name as the instructor. So you can create more slides. To create more slides, you can come up here and click on this plus sign to add more empty slides. Or if you want to add specific type of slide, you can come to this small arrow, click on over here, and you'll be able to see that we have title slides. Now that we have a title slide, we don't need a title slide. We have section slide. If you want to break a section, you can create a section slide, and you have title and body depending on what you're trying to create. And then we have title and 2 columns. We have title and text only. And then we have 1 column and text and the main points. So depending on what you're trying to create, if you're trying to compare 2 products, you can have section, title, and description, for example, or big number, or blank sheet if you want to start from blank. So I usually go depending on the next content. So assuming I want to have the next content to contain just a title and an image, so we can go with something like this, 1 column text, okay, a title and text. So you can just select this one. We can move the slides, mind you, we can move slides accordingly. You can adjust them, you can adjust their positions, reshuffle them. So this one is going to be outline, for example, of the course. And then you can add different kind of text over here. To add text, you can follow through with what you have over here, or you can come over to the text button over here and just click, and then you'll be able to add your text directly. So let's say Google Drive. So if part of what you're going to talk about is, so you can select this one and delete if you want, and you can select maybe customize this one by increasing the size from here. Let's make it a bit bigger, and then we can as well change the color to fit our brand, assuming we are going with something like this. And we can put some bullets as well. So you can come over here and select any kind of bullet. All right. So if this is okay for you, we can just say we're going to cover Google Drive, copy and paste all of them, and then we will just put in the So you can just rearrange them. So for example, this one we can say Google Drive, Google Docs, and then we can have this one to be Google Meet. Okay, so let's say these are the ones I've selected, and I can just, I want to use them as my own point. These are the points that I want to cover, but I need, and again, I need another image that can depict some of these for me. So I can still go back to import and media. This time around, search from the web. I can say Google Workspace. So to pick another generic image that we can just easily put. So let's say we can select any of them, and let's say this one, select this and say insert, and you can see we've just inserted it here. So you're free to go ahead and select and resize it accordingly, okay, just to make sure you get the message we are trying to depict over here. So you can just readjust them so we have it peacefully. So this is another one. So we can create another slide. So maybe this is the outline. You can just bring it up, and then we can have this one to be an empty slide. So what do we want to put here? For example, we want to put Google Docs. So we can just go ahead, create a title. So we can come back here, select this and copy. If we are certain this is what we have, we can paste here, and then we can say this is Google Docs. All right, so let's say we have this text, and you can go ahead to resize everything and let it fit here. So this is just a description of what Google Docs is. So you can just kind of reduce the size a little bit and then bring it in here. So over here, we can put something, an image that can depict Google Docs. Let's say I have this image. You can just you can paste this image, for example, because it is covering our text. We can send it to the back and go to order and send backwards. So it's now below our text. So you can see this is the first one. We can do the same for the other ones, Drive and Google Meet. So we can say, for example, you can create a new slide. We can duplicate this slide also if you want. You can duplicate this, and then we can delete this text or replace it with this text that I want. We can check this sizing. This is 22, so we'll bring it over here also to be 22. And then we can remove this and maybe make it to be something that depicts Google Drive. Okay, so you can see we can go ahead and continue to add different kind of slides. We've created our title slide, we've created our outline slide, and then we've created this slide and this slide. So we can keep on going and be adding the content. But then I want to show you other features. For example, I want us to see how we can add transitions and some animations to some of our objects that we've imported and some of our text. So to add transition, all you need is to select a slide, and then you can come all the way to the slide over here, and you can come to transition. Once you click, this is going to add transition to this particular slide. At the moment, it is set to none. You can click over here and you'll be able to see the different type of animations that you can add. For example, you can have the dissolve, the fade in, the slide from right, from left, and flip, and so on, cube and gallery. So let's try something like flip. Okay, so let's have flip, and then you can adjust the speed of the transition, whether you want it to be fast or averagely slow. So let's keep it at default to be very fast, and then you can apply to all slides if you want, and you can see by just applying, all of the slides have now this sign which showcase that they've been added a transition. So you can try to play to be able to see a preview. If you want, you can just click to play, and then you can see this is the first slide. If you're going to go on slide mode, then you see all of them coming like this. Now, in cases when you want to add the same animation to objects or to text, you have to be on that slide, for example. So let's select an object and see how we can add animations to it. So let's select this one and let's try to add an animation. For example, I want it to fly in from the top, and then we can adjust the speed also from here, and then we can add the How do you want it to appear? Is it on click or after previous or with the previous? I usually leave it at default on click. Okay. And then we can add another one to the same object. So this one, this time around, how does it go out? I want it to fly out from the left and adjust the speed, and it's going to be on click as well. So let's say we can preview this. So to preview, you can play this. So let's see how the image is going to come in with click. So you can see it comes in, and with another click, it goes out. So that's how to add transitions, and you can do that on all the objects that you've selected. So let's try that one more time with this text. So let's select it and add an animation. Okay. So let's say this one is zoom in. Okay. And then add another one on the same text. So let's say zoom out. Okay. So let's say zoom out, and with the same speed and on click. Okay, so everything, both of them on click. So let's try to have a preview of both of them and see how it's going to work. So on click, our image comes in and goes out, and then you can see our text that we just added the animation. You can see it goes out. So that's how to perfectly insert different kind of animations, and you can go ahead and do that on all the elements that you have within the slides. So that's animations. You've added animations. Another very important thing that you should know is how to present. Okay, there are two ways to present your slides. You can present directly from the slideshow by just clicking, or you can just go ahead and click on this drop down. With the drop down, you can start from beginning, or you can have the presenter view. Now, presenter view is very important because at times when you're presenting, you may need some guides or some bulleted points to help you navigate across through your presentation. Points that your audience don't have to see. It just have to be you and the computer. So it's just within you and the presentation. You're able to see the side notes and be able to add. And to add presenter notes, you can just come over here, down here. You can just drag and you can add your text over here. You can go ahead and add your text. Assuming I have this text, I can just paste it here. And the same way you can format and adjust the text sizing and all of its properties, just like the way we do adjust on the other platforms. So assuming I have this text, so once you're on presenter mode, presenter view, you can see, you will be able to see you have access to something that the audience is not viewing. This is your presenter notes. So they're just by the side, and as you navigate through the presentation, nobody is going to see this. Or if you want to just go ahead and present, you can just go ahead and click over here, start from beginning, and the presentation is going to start right from the beginning. So on click, you will just be having your presentation from one slide to another. You can see with the transition that we've added, you can move from one slide to the next. So this is kind of very easy to connect and collaborate with people depending on the content you're trying to create. You can share, okay? You can click to share the presentation by just inviting someone, writing his email, and then giving the permission whether you want him to be a viewer, a commenter, or an editor. You can just control that. And if you have any message, you can type to him, or you enable him to be notified when you send this, or you can send directly. And then you can copy the link as well, and then have it sent through maybe email or thereabout. So another way, and one last thing, is you can export your PowerPoint presentation in .pptx so that you can open it in Microsoft PowerPoint in cases when you want to work offline or you want to just work on Microsoft products. So you can come over to File and you can come to Download. You have the option to download on .pptx or .odp or PDF. You want to make it on PDF, you can download on PDF, as well as JPEG and PNG. You can download different kind of all of them in different formats. Okay, so let's say we are going to download in PPTX so that you can open it in PowerPoint. So you can see with just one click, your presentation had been downloaded. You can click over here and you can open it with different platforms. So in a nutshell, this is just a bit about how to use Google Slides to try to create your presentations and bring in different kind of media. I've shown you different ways how to get them. And then you can go ahead and check out the formatting, how you can add different kind of things, like you can add text, you can add shapes of different types. You can see different kind of shapes, just like the way we have in Microsoft Office product. You can equally bring in different kind of shapes depending on the kind of presentation you are trying to create. So this concludes this tutorial. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to always hit the like and subscribe buttons to keep enjoying videos like this. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.